Good morning. I'm ABC 24 meteorologist Daniel McDonald with your forecast here for Thursday. It looks like we are heading out the door to still some patches of fog across the area, especially looking more dense the further east that we are, which is closer to where there is still some lingering rain just outside of our area in northwestern Alabama, but especially up by, say, the Jackson area and then further southwest Bolivar, Holly Springs and Oxford. We do have some fairly dense fog, improving the further west that we go, but still dealing with a little bit of some patchy areas and less than ideal visibility readings for some of those other areas. We can see that as we take a look at our Midtown camera, which a few moments ago was looking a little bit clearer in terms of being able to see that downtown skyline, but fog is starting to increase relatively, at least in some neighborhoods. The readings at 6 miles, that comes from the airport station we have, but I do think in downtown and maybe in some other sections of Midtown, probably closer to about 3 or 4. Not quite as bad as yesterday, and certainly no rain to aggravate this issue, but definitely something we will want to be aware of as we are dry but still cloudy, still humid. Not maybe as humid as yesterday. A little more sunshine by this afternoon should ultimately give us a rise of about 2 to 3 degrees compared to high temperatures yesterday, though we are starting off a little bit cooler in the middle 60s. A pretty even spread without much difference depending on where you look. And again, that is because of the cloud cover that is still present, but fortunately not bringing us any rain across the region. We did have an instance of some showers and even a little bit of some reports of thunderstorms, especially in Marshall County, just to the east of the Memphis metro, but those faded away fairly quickly as we progressed towards midnight, and then we've seen just a sort of area of parked showers down near the Tupelo region and into northwestern Alabama, extending further east towards Huntsville, Nashville, even into Kentucky. Really, the southeast in general over the next couple of days is going to be seeing a decent amount of rain chances on a day-to-day basis. Today for the Mid-South, I think, is going to be one of the drier days, but we'll probably still have a few isolated shower chances by later on this evening, as again, a bit more sunshine, as evidenced by clear skies out west in Arkansas, will be approaching our region. The rainfall we did see yesterday, at least after the morning hours, not amounting to too much. It did seem that we have readings of about 1.5 inches or close to 2 inches in Oxford, Bolivar at about 1 inch. Memphis, curiously, at the airport at least, not picking up any measurable amounts, but I do think we are going to still see totals like this with a few spots, say, closer to 1 inch on a sort of daily basis going forward through around this time next week. So that does mean Memorial Day weekend will have some rain chances, but I think most of the weekend will end up being dry with only a few specific time frames that we'll want to watch out for any chances of showers and maybe some thunderstorms. But again, today, probably one of the drier days, about a 30% chance at most by later on into the late evening, early overnight hours before we do end up seeing, I think, our Friday morning stay relatively dry. But Friday itself will probably be one of the more likely days for not just rain in general, but for some thunderstorm activity. Now, I want to say first and foremost, nothing severe and nothing that I think is going to be as widespread as what was observed from Tuesday night into Wednesday, but a few showers and thunderstorms could be possible as we progress through the late morning and early afternoon hours, but it's more so going to be in the evening and overnight that we'd have a risk for anything to be a little bit more scattered across the area as opposed to isolated, as is going to be the case with most of these rain chances for the next couple of days. A few thunderstorms will be moving through here into the late overnight hours and perhaps even lingering into our Saturday morning, but I do think that Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday on Memorial Day itself will be relatively dry. Not much chance of thunderstorm activity, though still some showers that I do think, cumulatively speaking, by the time we approach the end of this weekend, could be producing an additional inch or so of rain in most areas, maybe a little bit higher. But again, those are going to be coming in sort of these isolated waves where most of us, especially during the daylight hours of this weekend, we will end up being dry. Mostly cloudy for today, though. Rain chances possible, but probably a little more likely after the sun sets here with just a few showers, maybe as we head into our early Friday morning. Temperatures still going to be in the 60s tonight after we do see highs a little bit warmer in the upper 70s today. I do think Friday will begin the 80s for the foreseeable future. Saturday, Probably the driest, the warmest, the sunniest day of every day for Memorial Day weekend. Sunday itself looking to be relatively calm as well. A thunderstorm chance possible in the overnight hours, clearing up by Monday morning. And then Monday night, once again here, Memorial Day itself, we could have a few more isolated storms. But in general, I do think that we are going to still have plenty of time, plenty of opportunities to enjoy outdoor activities for this weekend. A forecast like this, I think, is going to be pretty likely for many surrounding areas as well. Unless we are traveling far to the north up to the Midwestern United States, we are probably going to encounter a forecast that contains at least some chance of rain. The further south we go towards the Gulf Coast, probably looking to be a little more widespread of rain, but no severe weather really anywhere in the U.S. expected. And I do think that if anything becomes a bit more widespread in terms of rain or thunderstorm chances, we'll have to wait until the weekend passes Tuesday and Wednesday, potentially bringing some more coverage to the area.